Israel's Iron Dome defense system, one of the most important parts of their oppressive apartheid regime. But did you know the Iron Dome was designed and created with a lot of help from your favorite American microwave oven company? What? Microwaves? I would have thought Roomba. In 1945, Percy Spencer invented the microwave oven when he realized a magnetron could quickly heat up a ham sandwich and/or pizza bites. Before that, everyone had to roll the pizza bites between their thighs for a half an hour. Little did Percy know his microwave oven would one day help commit some of the largest war crimes of the 21st century, one of those being pizza bites. That little company he worked for is now called RTX, but much like your friend who goes by Neckbeard, it used to have a different name. Raytheon. Best known for creating missiles, targeting systems, advanced warfare technologies, and those ballpoint pens where the girl's bathing suit slides off when you tip it upside down. But I like to tip them right side up and go, no, thank you, madam. During the 1991 Persian Gulf War, Raytheon's Patriot missile went viral, so to speak, and like a tongue ring in the 1990s, everyone wanted one. Raytheon haven't taken their foot off the throttle ever since. They bought Sarcos in 2007, a company known mostly for creating a robotic exoskeleton / nightmarish blood-curdling fever dream designed to make it possible for humans to keep loading 100-pound boxes onto conveyor belts long after their earthly bodies are dead and cold. Walmart, eat your heart out. But Raytheon felt they still weren't involved in enough killing. You know, FOMO, fear of missing out on genocide. So in 2017, they signed a multi-billion-dollar deal with the repressive theocracy of Saudi Arabia, just as the country leaders were in the middle of trying to obliterate Yemen, and just before they had chopped up a Washington Post journalist. But none of their other work matches the death and destruction Raytheon has helped Israel bring down on Palestinians. And they aren't shy about loving genocide. Raytheon CEO said publicly that the company stood to benefit from DoD budget increases due to the war in Israel. By war, he means Israel's atrocities in Gaza, but let's not split hairs. Raytheon has become the missile supermarket of the world, and Raytheon stock jumps every time one group of people begins murdering another group. Yeah, their investors hear cha-ching when the rest of the world hears screaming. In January 2021, Raytheon achieved their lifelong dream of taking over the Pentagon.
What are you gonna do next? I'm going to Disneyland!
General Lloyd Austin, a board member of Raytheon, became Secretary of Defense. People acted upset about that because he had at least $3 million in greasy palms from war profiteers. But really, they were just cutting out the middleman. With Austin in the top slot, Raytheon can tell the Pentagon to buy Raytheon weapons, and then Raytheon can tell the Pentagon to drop Raytheon weapons on innocent people. It's quick and frictionless, like Uber or Amazon. One-click murder. You should try Murder Prime, by the way. It's great. 1 minute after you call, a guy shows up outside your place in a windowless van with a smile painted on the side of it. Wait, that might be Amazon. The company also supplies the Pentagon with science fiction-sounding weapons, such as the exo-atmospheric kill vehicle and the kinetic energy interceptors. Oh, come on! The exo-atmospheric kill vehicle? Let me guess, they tested this last year and now for some reason there aren't any songbirds left in California.
Get two birds stoned at once.
Then there are the Raytheon scandals. That's right, everything I've said so far wasn't even the scandals, because much like Elon Musk, it's tough to tell the difference between the scandals and what he just does for a job. In 2008, 2 lawsuits were brought against Raytheon for knowingly contaminating Florida groundwater with cancer-causing contaminants. Oh, please, like you didn't know there was something in the water in Florida. In 2022, a former Raytheon employee was awarded $1 million after he revealed Raytheon told him to falsify data for a ground system that communicates with satellites and then pushed him out when he refused to do it. And you gotta figure, he's one of the few who actually held Raytheon accountable. Falsifying data very well may be common practice for them, like drinking cologne at a highway off-ramp motel is for Steve Bannon. One of the biggest scandals has been Raytheon's creation of the Joint Standoff Weapon, a delivery vehicle for cluster bombs. You know, the type of bombs that are banned around the world because they kill loads of innocent children. I mean, what do you want to bet? Raytheon is beta testing napalm lollipops as we speak. Over the years, these lunatics have also been ordered to pay millions of dollars due to overcharging the Pentagon again and again and again. Actually, I'm just shocked they were caught. The Pentagon doesn't know how much they spend on things. They said last year they can't account for 63% of the $4 trillion in assets. Don't go too hard on them. You can't expect them to keep track of every exo-atmospheric kill vehicle. I mean, you've probably lost a sock in the washing machine. So how do they get away with all this criminal activity? Well, same as the mafia. It's all about bribing folks and having big guns pointed at their heads. According to Open Secrets, in just the year 2021, Raytheon spent $15.39 million on lobbying the US government. Lobbying is a fancy word for bribing. And they bribe both parties pretty equally. Because it's the same party. It's all one big, sorry, something in my throat. It's all one big oligarchy. So let's see, we've had murder, theft, bribery, water contamination, data manipulation. Let's sprinkle in a little racism to taste, shall we? Last year, a Raytheon subsidiary paid $700,000 in a settlement in which they were accused of racist discrimination against 187 black applicants. Dude, how dare you think black applicants can't be just as good at murder from the sky as white applicants? But I'm acting like Raytheon is all bad. They do good things too. Here's Raytheon CEO Gregory Hayes.
We've committed to spend $500 million over the next 10 years on underserved communities.
Yeah, Raytheon sends heavy explosives to underserved communities like Gaza and Yemen and the Boys and Girls Club of Billings, Montana. But let's remember, Raytheon doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's part of the US military-industrial complex, which rakes in loads of cash and power via endless death and destruction. And Raytheon is owned by even more powerful corporations. The largest shareholders of Raytheon are BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street. And guess what? The largest shareholders of weapons contractor Lockheed Martin are BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street. Some of the biggest shareholders of General Dynamics, BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street. Some of the biggest shareholders of Northrop Grumman, BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street. Are you starting to get the picture? These massive firms have their blood-soaked fingers in more pies than a blind mathematician. You see, it's one big orgy of massacring people while enriching a tiny group of lunatics. This has been episode 4 of America Inc. If you liked it, please hit subscribe and watch the other episodes at the link on the screen. Plus, I live stream 4 days a week at leecamp.com. Check it out and keep fighting.